Phenomenon. I'm here with a brand new series. It's called the One Sheet Show Off Photo Mats. So I'm breaking this down into categories. This first category featuring 10 videos, 10 different interactive photo mat projects in this one sheet show off series. So that means we're going to have multiple series with multiple categories. But for the first series, for the one sheet show off, we're going to feature photo mats. So really fun, exciting projects that you're going to make over and over and over again. These are going to be great for standalone projects or photo mats that you can put into your mini albums. That is entirely up to you how you handle it. One sheet, cardstock, or pattern paper, again, up to you. With this particular series, it has a cutting guide associated with it, so I will link you down below to pick up your cutting guide on my website, paperphenomenon.com, so you'll always get it at a great deal. Now, let me tell you why the cutting guide is important. The cutting guide is important because you want to be able to refer back to the pieces, the components that you need to create these projects. Let's say you want to resize a project. It's easier to see components, to see parts and pieces that go together to determine which size you need for a future project. So consider it, guys. Think about it. And sit back and enjoy the videos, enjoy the process. We're using black 80-pound cardstock for all of these projects. My Maker Basics cardstock, 80-pound in black. You can also get that on my website. And for your cutting guide, I list all of your measurements based upon the measurement that you cut first. All right. So if you get your one sheet of cardstock and you're like, how do I cut this? If I say 2.5, cut that 12 by 12 at 2.5 by whatever size I say. Next piece, next piece, and next piece. It's easy as that. Step by step by step. I'll see you in the video. All right, so let's get started with our very first photo mat. So this would be in your cutting guide, Style 1, Video 1. We've got several pieces here that I cut from one sheet of 12 by 12 Maker Basics cardstock. You can get that cardstock on my website. So this is the 80-pound black cardstock. So for our A piece, I'd like you to look at your cutting guide. I'd like you to cut your pieces, and I'd like you to cut and score your pieces and label your pieces. All right, so I label everything with a pencil just in case I have to erase. And I cut and I score and just go down the line and have all my pieces ready. So you're going to cut all of this and you have this left. Okay, so that is left from our 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So again, an interactive photo mat. This one will fit 4 by 6 photos with interaction and a really cute decorative topper at the very top of the photo mat with closure and an additional photo mat. All right, so let's look at these pieces. We've got our piece A. We've got one score line, which would be across the top. We've got two B pieces with one score line going vertical. So this one's horizontal, this one's vertical. We've got a third piece, C, one C piece. This is a pocket because we have 3 score lines forming a U. This is piece D, a closure. Piece E, a photo mat. All right, so let's talk about adhesive. I like to use glue because it's faster. It's easier for me, especially in videos. If you're using tape, I'm going to tell you where your tape placement is, whether it's on the dented side of the score line or on the bumpy side of the score line. All right, and just score something and pick it up and look at it. You're going to feel a dent in your score line and you're going to feel a bumpy area in your score line, right? You're going to feel a bump there. So if I say dented, it's going to go on the dented side. If I say bumpy, it's going to go on the bumpy side. How do you apply your tape? Your tape is applied in between the cut edge and the score line. You want the tape closest to the cut edge without going over the cut edge. I don't want you to put it in the middle. I want you to put it along the cut edge, but do not go over the cut edge, okay? And I'm going to demonstrate. So if I say dented, dented side of the score line, tape placement along the cut edge without going over that cut edge. All right, and then you nick it off there. Okay, if I say cut edge. If I say bumpy side, then you put it on the bumpy side. Same placement along the cut edge. I personally like to use glue, so I'm going to remove this tape. I tried not to burnish it so I can get it off quickly. So there we go. All right, so now for this particular project, I want you to place your tape on the bumpy side. So I already showed you how to do that. All right, so we're going to start with piece B. We're going to have mirror images. So I want one score line to the left, one score line to the right. If it kills you to have an upside down B, go ahead and rewrite that so that it looks like that. All right, so one is going to go to the left of A, one is going to go to the right of A. Let's go ahead and fold on our score lines, and you can burnish. Burnishing is always a good idea. I love burnishing. Gives you a nice crispy crease. Piece A, you're going to fold to the bumpy side. So find the bump, place it on your work surface, and fold on that top score line and burnish. All right, if you'd like, you can write piece A here as well. You can write A there too, just so you can keep track of all of your pieces. So we're going to attach your B piece to the back of piece A. All right. Now, where is the placement of these two pieces? So we've got a little fold here. So I want you to place that so that it clears the fold. All right. You can clear it by an 1/8 of an inch. You can clear it by a 1/2 an inch. Just don't go don't go below a 1/2 inch here at the bottom. So again, this is up to you. I personally want to go right to that 1/2 inch mark on my left hand side and just be just about a 1/2 inch above that B photo mat. So I'll have something that looks like this. All right. So tape on the bumpy side if you're using tape. No need to taper. So you're simply going to apply your tape, remove the tape backing, and stick it down. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a bit of glue here. And I'm going to locate this low right before I hit that 1/2 inch mark on at the bottom on my left hand side. And then on my right hand side, again, glue. I'm going to make sure I clear my flap, right? You want to clear the flap, and at about a 1/2 inch above the photo mat on the left hand side, like so. All right, so make sure that sticks. Open that up. I'm a little bit crooked. So here's why I like to use glue. Another reason. I have time to wiggle this around if I get it crooked. With tape, you can use undo, right? But it's a lot less forgiving. You have less wiggle room. So I need a little wiggle room these days. I don't know why, but my placement is off when I'm making projects. I used to be able to use tape like nothing. Place it straight, perfect the first time. Now, not so much, guys. So that's my story. All right, so now for your C piece. So there's A and your two B pieces. C, tape placement on the dented side. Your tape should be parallel to the score lines, closest to the cut edge. All right. If you're using tape, then you want to go ahead and miter. If you're using glue, you want to miter first and then you want to apply your glue. What is a miter? Once you score, you're going to find that your score lines are intersecting at each of the bottom corners. You're going to cut right across that intersection on the diagonal like so, and you're going to remove the section. Same deal on the other side. I'm glad that everybody normally starts from video number 1, because in this video is where all of the instruction is going to be, so that I don't have to say it over and over and over in every single video and sound like a broken record. So you're learning a mitering technique here. You're learning how to apply your tape or your glue on the bumpy versus the dented. You're learning how to fold as well. So I will give you those instructions in every video. However, just pared down, all right? So now we're going to fold on our score lines. We fold to the bumpy side, right? And we're going to burnish. Make sure we get those nice creases. You're going to flip it over and you're going to examine the folds. You want to make sure that your folds are just meeting, just hopefully not touching. You don't want them to overlap, okay? If they overlap, you're going to unfold and you're going to cut again slightly further into that intersection, the X, and remove whatever little sliver you need to remove in order to get something that looks like this. All right. So again, if you're using glue, now is the time to, well, let me think about this for a minute. Yep, that's fine. All right. Now is the time to add your glue. If you're using tape, remove your tape backing. And now you're going to attach, whoops, I have butterfingers today. And attach it to the very, very bottom of this photo mat. Okay, just like that. And now we have a pocket. Burnish to ensure a good stick. And there you have it, guys. All right, so in this case, left, so right in first, left second, okay? Just like you're opening a book. Doop, doop, doop. Perfect. And now for D, your closure, flip it over so that the bumpy side is facing you and fold. Okay, you can round the corners. We're going to do a magnetized closure. So, hi there, you can see my nose. So this will have a little bonus. We'll have a little refresher on closures. All right, some of these photo mats will have closures. So we're going to flip that over and we're going to situate it behind. So glue will go on your bumpy side or your tape would go on your bumpy side. Add a little bit of glue or tape and you can put this in the middle or you can put this lower. It's up to you guys. I'm going to go lower like so and stick it down. All right. Perfect. Now we're going to grab a magnet. You can pick up magnets in my shop. All right. I have really teeny magnets. They are very thin but super duper duper strong. So you cannot go wrong with my magnets and they're an excellent, excellent purchase. All right, so you can pick those up in my shop. Let's do 2 magnets. Okay, whoopsie. Get over here, magnets. They're strong, so they're going to stick to each other. And be careful because you can get pinched. I'm not going to lie to you, they're strong. If they snap back against each other, you can pinch yourself. All right, so be careful. And so magnet closure for this one, which will be super cute. And I'm going to do my magnet just so I can have some nice balance. I'm going to do my magnet behind this one. And then, so here and here. See that one in front of the photo mat and one behind the photo mat. And now I'm going to make what I like to call a stamp. I want it a little further out. If I have the magnet too far in, it's going to create a fold when I open when I open my closure. All right, so you want the magnet to be about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge, or 1/2 an inch is fine. This is, let's see, I'll tell you right now, I think this is 1/2 inch. Yep, it's 1/2 inch away from the edge. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this over here, glue to glue, right there. And I'm going to hit it with a lid, secure it with a small piece of Scotch tape, just to secure it. See that? Just a teeny piece. Then, because I want it behind, I don't want it on top. I forgot how I do this now. My mind is in blank. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. So, I am going to, I know. I'm going to need another magnet. I use a third magnet. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? All right, you need a third magnet for attaching your magnets like this, guys. My bad. I totally forgot my process here. So just to line it up properly, okay? And it's going to try to repel because I have a so you want to make sure that you have the magnet correct, that it's actually sticking, right? And not. Okay, so there we go. What a dork, guys. So you have to glue down the bottom one first. I just totally had a moment of blank in my brain. So bottom one goes first, guys, okay? Like so. You don't need the third one, my bad. And then for the top one, then you make the stamp. And ta-da! All right. That's how you do it, my friends. It's like, how do I do this? And once you put the pattern paper, everything's secure. Right? And that way you have a nice balance. You don't have this big lump at the very top of your photo mat. Okay? So we're pretty much done here. We need a little pattern paper. I'm going to go ahead and round these corners. And then we will decorate. Okay? You're going to need 2 eyelets. For decorating, I'm using 3/16 inch gold eyelets. All right, so let me grab that. I grabbed my pieces and I did quite a bit of prepping here just so we can go a little bit faster in this video. So I'm going to start with my piece right here. So I've got this striped piece of paper. I'm using the Sweet Romance collection. You'll recognize this if you watch my top 10 video. All right, so Sweet Romance is what I'm using in the it's a digital 12 by 12 collection. All right, so getting that piece right there. I'm gonna let that dry before I start before I want to punch my holes in there. Then I have this piece here, so I can put it right in here. All right, so just getting the glue around the perimeter. I am about a 1/2 inch inside the pocket. And I'll show you that in just a moment. I have inked everything as well with the Ranger Distress Vintage Photo, or the Tim Holtz. Yeah, this is... Yeah, the regular one, not the oxide. All right, the Vintage Photo. Right there. We've got our pocket in there. Then I have this piece here. So for matting, you're going to cut your piece 1/4 of an inch under or smaller than the area that you want to mat. All right, so if your area is 3 by 4, say this is 4 by, let's say this is 4 by 6, then you want to cut your mat at 3 3/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches. Okay, but this fits a full 4 by 6 photo. You do not have to crop it. So my glue around the perimeter on all of these pieces here. And for here as well around the perimeter. So how great to get your 4 by 6s in here. And if you wanted to do a combination of landscape and portrait photos, you absolutely can, because this can go either way. Okay, remember that. And then over here, we've got this one here. Right over here. For the front, on the left-hand side, I am going to do decorative element as opposed to having just a photo here. But if you wanted to do just a photo with some decorative elements on top, you absolutely can do that. All right, so I've got a few layering pieces here that I want to add before I stick anything down. Okay, I did stick the Cupid in the back side of that Cupid sentiment just so it can be a little beefier, a little thicker. Okay, so I'm going to place that there. Perfect. And I just want to make sure that my heart will not interfere there. Okay, so I guess I can stick that down. All right, I'm going to stick this one down too. Glue on 4 sides. I'm going to stick my heart down, my heart closure first, so that I don't screw up the placement of my sentiment there. So I'm going to be right in there. Okay, I want to clear this band here. Carefully, I want to clear the fold as well. Notice I'm not layering any what am I saying here? I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Forgive me. Ah! So what happens? All right, so now I just want to seal it. Make sure you get a good seal around the perimeter. Oh, I'm not putting any pattern paper here, just not to create additional bulk. So you're going to see some of the black cardstock, which is perfectly fine. Once this is all dry, if you want to stitch around this heart, it would be super cute. Okay. So if you're going to stitch, make sure you use glue and not tape, double-sided tape. Alrighty. Looks good. Perfect. Now I can glue my Cupid sentiment to my border piece. Whoopsie. Right here. And I'm only applying glue on 3 sides of this. If you notice, I did a little bit of stitching, just a straight line along the bottom and the top. And now this is going to go right about 1/4 of an inch above the heart there. All right, we'll have a little insertion point there for something cute. That is adorable. All right, so this should be dry. And now I can do my eyelets. So I'm going to get my ruler so I have them evenly spaced. So I want to be a 1/2 inch from the edge and 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. 3/8 of an inch from the bottom and a 1/2 an inch from, well, inch. I'm going to do an inch from the each side, an inch at 3/8 of an inch from the bottom. Okay, I'm going to punch my hole. Right there. Now I'm going to do my, I cut some, whoopsie, stop. I cut 2 reinforcers, and now I can't, now I lost one. How is that possible? I must have blown it away somewhere. How annoying. It's not there, guys. I do not see it. That's all right. I will get another one. Just giving one more quick little look-see before I throw in the towel. All right, I'm going to cut another one. How does that happen, guys? Here I thought I was being super duper, and that's not the color. I have 2 different pinks here. So I think, yeah, that's the color. Okay. So I used this tool by I think this is We Are Memory Keepers. Nope, not on my lap. I just checked my lap to double check, but it's not there. All right, there is another one. I'm sure I will find it when I'm not looking for it. All right, giving it a little zhuzhing with some ink. Now I'm going to glue it. Aha! See? There it is. The stinking one was under my bottle. I wonder if any of you saw it and were like yelling at me. It's under your bottle, Kathy. So just hitting this with a teeny bit of glue around the perimeter so I can get my reinforcer on. Right there. Sometimes when I use these 2 of them side by side, they look like eyeballs to me. So I hope it doesn't look like eyeballs to me. I'm already seeing eyeballs. But hopefully when I put my eyelet in, it will not be eyeballs. And I was supposed to punch all the way through like a dork. Let me do that. Punch all the way through, guys. You're going to set that eyelet so it can go all the way through. Because when we mat the back, we'll cover it. I have to mat the back first because I want my string. Do I want my, I want my string to go all the way through. Or do I just want it in the front? Good question. I may have it go all the way through because it depends what ribbon or string I use that it may, and I can have the reinforcers on the back so it can look nicer. All right, let me cut a piece for the back. And pretty much anything will do for back here. I'm going to see, do I have enough for this one? Oh, I do. It's actually perfect. All right, it was meant to be. So I guess I can use that extra reinforcer so that it did not go to waste. Let me ink that. How cute is this already? Adorable. All right, so let me mat this and then I'll punch again because clearly I can't help myself. One more reinforcer. And then we're almost done. So pretty, this paper. Sweet Romance, guys, on my website. Depending on when you're visiting my website, I may have a sale, right? Paperphenomenon.com. All right, so one more reinforcer. Another one for good luck. Get over there. A little bit of zhuzhing up with some ink. Let's glue that one to the back. Oh, holes first. Holes, please. Don't lose it, Kathy. My goodness. All right, so punching my holes with my big bite. Reinforcer. I like to put it around the edge of the cardstock. It's just so much easier, or pattern paper, depending on what you're using, than to try to get it around this thing. Okay, so then that way it'll look nice and finished. Okay, pretty, pretty. And then I'll put that in there and set it. All right, so 3/8 inch eyelet. 3/16, excuse me, 3/16 inch eyelet. Okay. Look at that. How cute is that? Okay, I don't see eyeballs anymore. No more eyeballs. Really, really cute, guys. All right, so for the inside, I wanted to put this cupcake there, but I want to also put a little edge here, so that I can have something to anchor this on. It's not just floating there, and then put a sentiment right below it. Okay, so that's going to go along that edge there. Right, so inside the pocket at about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. Right there. So I glued this piece about 1/2 inch down, and now I'm just going to, so I have a back and a front, and that's just to give it a little bit more, again, beefiness to the piece. You don't want it to be too, so right on the edge, you don't want it to be too thin, so it'll just get beat up in the pocket, you know, when you're putting things inside the pocket. So I have a sentiment that says love, so I figured that would look cute along the bottom. Not sure yet if I'm going to love it, so I got to just test it. Or like I like to say, audition it. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Avalanche, avalanche. Or I can use one of the sentiments from the sentiment pack, or I can use, look at that, how cute. That's perfect. Or a stamp. Let's say if it didn't fit. This also has the backing on it. Again, it gives me a beefier layer, and there's no point in not using the backing because I can't use it anywhere else, right? Because it's backwards. So might as well just stick it on there, and you have a thicker piece. And it's not like it's going to add a ridiculous amount of bulk to the project. Okay, and then a little bit of ink. And this is absolutely adorable. Of course, you can cut a few more photo mats and put them inside this pocket. Okay, so that would go right there in the center. Really cute. Perfection, guys. Here is your E-piece matted on both sides. You can have one of your coupons, bubble bath coupon, a fun little pocket card if you want to. That's not matted. I would mat that. You can add another photo mat, not too much. Don't go too crazy. Okay. And then check it out how cute. You can put a small photo mat up here, whatever you want. Anything to insert here would be adorable. Nothing too big. This would be too big. Oh, well, not really. Look at that. That would fit there. So any little photo mat there would do. Another embellishment. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Oh, adorable. So all sorts of things that you can do here, guys. Look at this. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Adorable. So some, let's see, some ribbon at the top. I have some seam binding here that I get on Amazon. All right, it's this one right here. And I don't know if I want to put, I need a good edge to get in there. You could just tie this with something and tie something else with a charm, a couple of paper beads, depending where you're putting it. If it's going to go inside, this is actually going inside my Windows on the World album, so I would not put a bead on here. I would put one of my laminated embellishments. Something flat is what I'm getting at. You want to put something flat. Okay, and I'll show you where I'm going to put this in the Windows on the World album. So you can use this for any project that it fits in, guys. If you want to resize it and you're not good at resizing, it's always good to refer back to that cutting guide so that you can see which pieces you need or what pieces you need, right? How cute is that, guys? All right, that is such a cute photo mat. Leave me a comment, guys. Let me know what you think. If you love what you see on this channel, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. You guys spending your crafty time with me. How adorable did this turn out? Oh my gosh, absolutely adorable. So you can put this in your Windows on the World album in here. Okay, if it's perfectly in here. Okay, look at how cute is that. And I love that your bow will stay nice and flat there. So that can go in there. Oh, you know where this would go really cute too, but I would have to size it down just about a ½ inch. Could go right in here. Just because it has a few chunky layers here to go inside this belly band. Oh, where else can we put this? Hang on there. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, it will fit in your envelope. It would fit in there. That's it, I think. Yeah, that's the only place I would put it. I wouldn't put it anywhere else. But it's super cute. So for this large envelope here is where what I sized this for. Excuse me. So that would go in there. And again, let me know your thoughts. I hope you love it. Super duper duper cute. Sentiment here would look nice as well. And I'll see you in the next video with style number 2. So remember, one of these every single day, so you have 1 through 10. This is Kathy with Paper Phenomenon, and until next time.